Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to come on here really quick and show you a couple things that I purchased from, well, one thing from Hobby Lobby, one thing from like an antique store, and like two things from Hobby Lobby. It's like a group. One of them is like a group of things, and then one thing from Walmart that is like home decor related. I'm not going to include the other stuff I bought, just about like household stuff. Also, I wanted to include at the end of this video a little health update for everyone who has been asking. I feel bad that I've kind of like pushed it to the side and not really explained what's going on, so I will do that at the end of the video. For anyone who's not interested, they can just cut it off right up after the haul. So I'm going to get into it. I'm going to start at Hobby Lobby. So the first thing that I purchased at Hobby Lobby was a bunch of these embroidery hoops. I got all different sizes because these are the cheapest that I found them, and the widest variety of sizes. And my dog's going nuts because he thinks they're a toy. They're not a toy. They're not a toy. So I finished picking these up. I was going to thrift all of the ones that I needed, but it was taking me too long. I couldn't find any at the thrift store, so I ended up just buying them so I could finish this project. And I'll show you obviously when it's done. But I got 4 of the small ones, and these were 99 cents each. It was 99 cents, and that's upside down. I have some upstairs already with the stuff like in them. And then I got 2 of the size. I don't know what size this is. Does it say? It does say 8-inch for $1.49. And then I got, how many did I get of this one? Oh. And then I got 3 of the 12-inch. 3 of the 12-inch, and then I got 1. I have one other big one upstairs, so I just wanted one more. This is the 14-inch, and this was $3.99. Did I tell you how much the 12-inch was? $1.99. So yeah, I picked these up, and altogether it was like 16 something. They were not on sale, and I used my coupon for something else that I will show you in a minute. So I picked all of those up. I'm happy to have all the ones that I need now, so I can stop looking for them. Look at me, guys. It's pouring out. It's raining. It's gray. It's like, it hasn't stopped being gray in New England for so long. I'm so over it. So the next thing I picked up at Hobby Lobby, I think they're new because I haven't seen them before. And they had a couple other sayings. I forget what the other ones were. Welcome to our kitchen or something. Something like that. But I picked up this one. This is the only one that they had with this saying on it. And it was $24.99, but I used a 40% off coupon. And it says Old Farmer's Market, and it's like tin, metal, whatever this is called. And I'm gonna use this in my kitchen, I think. I don't know if I'm gonna have my husband screw it to the wall or what, but I'm gonna put our produce in it. So I thought that was a cute idea. It's big enough to hold it all. I never know where to put my produce. I put it in the most random places, like the ones that have to stay out, like bananas or avocados. I never know where to put them, so I saw this and I was like, that's perfect. And they had one that said like fresh, did they have one that said fresh fruits and veggies? They might have had one that said that, I don't know. But this ended up being like 14 something after the coupon, or 15 something, I'm not sure, but I'll show you. I don't think I'll be able to get it hung up today because my husband works till late, but I mean, I could do it myself, then, you know, we gotta go through, how did you hang it up? Oh, with tacks? Oh, get out of here. Like, it's gonna, I have this long running joke that I hang everything up with tacks. So anyways, I'm gonna wait for him to do that. So that was everything that I got at Hobby Lobby. I did have a few other things in my cart, but I was like, you know what? Do I really need this? No, I don't. One of the things was the mini olive branch stems. They had ones that are like this big, and it came in a little bunch. Those looked more realistic to me than the large single ones. I wasn't going to buy the large single ones because I didn't like the way they looked. But the smaller ones were actually on sale. I should have got them, but whatever. If I really need them, I can go back. So anyways, I stopped at Walmart because I had to get a few things, and I was over by that Hobby Lobby with the Walmart anyway. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to check into Walmart while I get my things and see if they have the letterboard there. And they had one left. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, I've seen quite a few people on Instagram show this in their Insta stories. It's just one of those, I don't know, is it a felt board? It's a letterboard, and it comes with all the letters. So, so excited. And I like this one because it's white. You know, you see a lot of them that are like with the black background and the white letters. This one is white background with black letters. And this was only like $9.97. They also had the light up boxes where you slide the letters in to write words, which I was going to get that one too. But I was like, honestly, how many things do I need like this? So I'm going to take it out of the box and see what it looks like. Show you what it looks like. I was very excited to get the last one because the Walmart near me hasn't had it every time I've gone in. So the letters come like this. You obviously just have to twist them off. So I think it comes with 145 pieces. So exclamation points, arrows, numbers, letters. So that's pretty cool. And what? Yeah, so it's like a felty material. It kind of looks like those ring holders where you put your ring in. But here it is. You can see the texture of the board. So I thought this would just be cute. I don't know where I'm going to put it yet, but just to write like funny things, like funny like quotes or whatever. I just thought it was really, really cool. So yeah, so Walmart, $9.97 I think. Pretty stinking good deal. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to show you from the antique store, I'm actually going to turn around because I've already have it out on my table for display, so I'll just turn you around and show you what it is. Please excuse the horrible lighting, but it's totally gray outside, and I have an overhead light on, so that's why it looks terrible. But this is what I purchased at the antique store. The basin and the pitcher were $20. Now, I didn't notice, I was like, wow, that's a great deal, because look at, like, the stains on it and stuff. Like, I'm so weird. I like this stuff, I know. But this was only $20, guys. And I love all the chips and the cracks. But the only thing is, when I was buying it, I didn't realize that it has been, you know, sort of repaired. So you can see back here, it's been cracked. And in one part, I forget where, I could see the glue a little bit, but that's okay. It was only 20 bucks. That's why it was so cheap. But I just stuck this lamb's ear in here. See if you can see all the way around. It's so beautiful. So, yeah, that is what I got for 20 bucks at the antique store. And that plate and cup right there, that's going to stay here until my husband decided to clean it up, because we were just having this discussion the other day about how Madison needs to learn to pick her stuff up more. And I walked down this morning and that's on the table. And I was just like, practice what you preach. So I'm going to leave that there until he picks it up. It's going to drive me crazy because I find the need to pick up after everyone, but I'm not going to do it, guys. Okay, so a quick little health update. I know a lot have been asking. I know someone wrote in the comments, like, you know, some people want to know what's going on. In a nice way, she wrote it. I don't know. It was really nice, and I'm sorry I left you guys hanging, but I look horrendous. But anyways, so I do have to have surgery. It's not a very pleasant surgery, so I don't really want to go into what's gonna happen because it's TMI, really. So they originally had me scheduled for June 30th, which wasn't gonna work for my schedule. At first I said yes, but then I talked it over with my husband, and we have something going on like the week after. I'm not telling you what it is yet, but you will find out. So that just wasn't going to work because I wasn't going to be able to swim or like walk around a lot, wink wink. So, you know, that just wasn't going to work. So I called and I was like, you know, I asked them, I'm like, will this work? Like when we're not, you know, we have something going on a week later. And she was like, his assistant was like, absolutely not, that's not going to work. So she was able to move it up to June 16th, which, that was the only other day. We couldn't put it off any longer than June 30th. And June 16th was the only other day that he could do it, which was a total bummer because that is Madison's birthday. Her birthday party with her friends is actually June 17th, but her actual birthday is June 16th. And she was going to be sleeping out the night before my surgery because we have to be up so early. So I wasn't going to be able to even see her the morning of her birthday, which would be the first time in 9 years, which would have been awful. But, you know, sometimes things like this happen and there's nothing anyone can do about it. So I was really bummed. up until today, when I was walking around Walmart and, you know, I don't know if you've ever had surgery, but they usually call you ahead of time, like the pre-op. There's like a little anesthesia thing that they do on the phone. You know, are you allergic? Blah blah blah. Do you have any? All this stuff. So I've had to do it quite a few times because I've had surgery quite a few times. So they call me. I missed the first call, and the nurse said, "We have you booked for June 14th." And I'm like, listening to the message, I'm like, what is going on? So I called her back, and we did the interview thing, and I was like, but my surgery is the 16th. She's like, well, I have you down for June 14th. I'm like, she's like, you might want to call the doctor's office and, you know, ask them what that's about. So I call, and the woman who answered the phone, I think she just answers the phones. She's like, I have you down for June 14th, Jillian. I'm like, can you please have my doctor's assistant, who I deal with pretty much for my doctor, like, except when he calls me with results, I deal with his assistant most of the time. But booking appointments or, you know, talking to her about insurance things, whatever. So I was like, can you please have her call me? So she calls me, and she's like, she's super nice. Like, you know, I've been dealing with her for over 2 years now. She's like, no, Jillian, I don't know what they're talking about. Like, I still have you down for June 16th. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. So she's like, but I need to check all of your paperwork, and I will check the computer. I'm not in front of it right now. I will call you right back. So she calls me back, and she says, she was furious. She was furious. Not at me, obviously. She was furious at her staff. She said they have a new OR scheduler, and clearly she doesn't know what she's doing. But the surgery date got switched, and no one told him. No one told, obviously, the doctor. But no one told his assistant, who would tell the doctor, you know what I mean? So it was all just like a mess. She's like, I'm so sorry. She's like, I just screamed at my staff. She's like, this should not happen, because I got the paperwork yesterday in the mail. It said the 16th, it said the time, the original, but it's for the 14th. So no one had updated her on this, which is kind of messed up if you think about it, because I would have gone on the wrong day. I wouldn't have shown up on the right day. And she was very apologetic. She's like, I can't believe this. She's like, things are crazy around here. So yeah, lo and behold, it is not going to be on Madison's birthday. It is actually going to be on the 14th of June. So that's 2 days before Madison's birthday. I'm very happy about that. Obviously not about the surgery, but about being able to see Maddie before she goes to school on her birthday and stuff like that. Because we do our little, you know, birthday routines in the morning. So anyways, that was the whole mix-up about what day it was going to be. So it's actually next Wednesday. Hooray. I am not looking forward to it at all, obviously. But hopefully after this, you know, I've said before that where the concerning cells keep growing back, he's tried to, you know, first scrape them out and then laser them out, which are all less invasive than actually the surgery I will be having now, which is actually physically taking the whole area out, which is, you know, more major than the two previous little things that I had done recently that I've talked about. But hopefully this will be the final goodbye, cancer. And we really didn't want to have it come to this, where they'd actually have to take more of me out. But it's what we have to do. So I've been having kind of a hard time with it this time. I'm not gonna lie. I might sound like optimistic and happy right now, but it's just because I just went shopping. Okay, I have my shopping high on. But I don't know. I've said to my husband a few times, like, I feel this whole journey and this whole kind of dealing with this can be very lonely, no matter how many people you have around you. Which, if you've ever gone through something like this, it's very isolating. I mean, you try not to isolate yourself, but it's kind of hard not to, because honestly, unless you've been through something like this, you will not understand, you know, how I'm feeling or what I'm talking about. I mean, I have people in my life that I can talk to. My husband has been absolutely amazing. You know, my mom's there every time I need her. I have, like, you know, a couple really close friends that are always, you know, there for me no matter what time it is. You know, they're always there for me. So, you know, that's pretty much all I need to get through something like this. Even though sometimes I personally tend to kind of close myself off to the world. I don't want to leave my house. You know, I get really depressed sometimes. And the weather here has been horrible. It's been gray, so that has not been helping. I have my siblings who help me a lot. You know, just a few close people who have really been there for me, and I can't thank them enough. You know, a lot of people say, you know, when this first all started happening, like 2 years ago now, I lost a lot of people. I've lost a lot of friends. I've lost some family members. Even one of my closest friends for over 20 years, I don't talk to anymore because the simple fact of them disappearing in a way. Like, when someone is diagnosed with something like this, it could be anything. It doesn't have just have to be cancer. It could be anything serious. A lot of people, now this is what a lot of people say, they don't know what to say, so they don't say anything at all, which is actually worse, in my opinion. Everyone has their opinions on this, but if you turn into a ghost and I don't hear from you, or, you know, I'm going through, you know, everyone's going through life, okay? I'm not saying the world stops for me, but if you're supposedly close to me and love me, and I would just expect to be treated the way that I would treat you if you were going through something like this. This is not a cold, it's not a broken ankle, it's something a lot more serious than that. So when I had a lot of people fall off the face of the earth at the very beginning, it was so hurtful. It was so hurtful. And now I'm much more reserved about the whole thing. Like, I do share on my social media about how I'm doing, because a lot of my family live, you know, in different parts of the country, and I like to update everyone at once so I don't have to repeat myself, because I don't want to repeat myself when it comes to this stuff, because it's just so, sometimes can be very painful, over and over and over, and the same stories over and over. So I do update on my social media, so that doesn't mean like I totally close myself off, but to certain people who I don't hear from, who have not been there for me, I just can't deal with it anymore, and I choose not to, because I don't need people there when I'm at my best and not there when I'm at my worst. I need the people that are going to be there for the long haul, and the ones that stay there, those are the kind of people that I want by my side. When my ship is sinking, you gotta see who's gonna be the one who throw you the float. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, some people just can't handle it. And I really hate when people say, well, sometimes people don't know what to say, or they don't know how to handle situations like this. Now, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I don't understand this, because why on any other day, if you were friends with this person or related to this person, you'd be like, what's up? How are you? You know, 3 simple words. How are you? That's all it takes sometimes. And, you know, they would say that if you didn't have cancer, so why wouldn't they say it after? You know what I mean? Like, it just boggles my mind. So I've chosen to cut some people out. It's my own personal choice. I feel better. I know the people who are there for me. I have a small circle of close friends that I share everything with, and they know the struggles that I have with some people. And I'm not talking about anyone specific. It's just things that have happened over the past 2 years of dealing with this. So that went off into a little rant, but I just wanted to talk to you about how I'm emotionally doing, because sometimes I come off Miss Happy-Go-Lucky, and it's obviously not always like that. I mean, let's be honest, I'm not really happy-go-lucky ever, but yeah, so that's where I'm at. I have my surgery scheduled. I am trying to keep a happy face. It's very difficult sometimes, especially, you know, being a mom and going through this. It's very hard, and, you know, still dealing with the fact that I'm never gonna have another baby. It's been very difficult. Mother's Day this year was extremely difficult. I don't really know why. Even when I woke up on Mother's Day, it was, you know, and then a lot of people are like, well, you are a mother. Well, yeah, I realize I am a mother. Okay, I'm very blessed to be a mother. I know some people right now are struggling to even become a mother, and I can't imagine that, but there is, you know, there is a hole in my heart, and it will never go away. There is a hole in my heart, and I felt it this Mother's Day, tenfold. I'm not really sure why. Kind of like when, you know, I am a mom, and Andrew and I said this many times before, Andrew and I had Madison. We were young. We barely knew each other. We barely liked each other, to be honest with you. I just want to be real with you. So our, you know, memories of Madison as a baby and as a toddler weren't always the happiest. Not because of her, but because of our relationship. And it wasn't always, it was more times than not chaotic and not, you know, what we wanted it to be raising a child. I mean, we've done a lot of growing up in the past 10 years. Well, in the past 10 years that we've been together, we've done so much growing up together. And he is my best friend, and I would never want to live this life with anyone else. And that is the number one thing that hurts the most, is that not only that we both wanted more children, and I can't give my husband that, but the fact that this time around we were going to do it together. We were going to do everything together, take in every moment together, and really, I mean, I'm not saying that we didn't appreciate Madison. She is our everything, but we really wanted to have one more and do it together. So that is probably the number one most painful thing about all of this, well, besides the fact that it's not going away, is that I'm never going to get that chance. And before everyone says, well, you can adopt and you can, we know this, we know, you know, we talk about it, but there's something different, you know, obviously, than adopting a child from having your own. It's not for everyone. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's actually a wonderful thing, but, you know. So, I know this was kind of ranty, and I know it was kind of long, but I appreciate all of you guys and all of your thoughtful comments that you guys always leave. I have found YouTube and Instagram and even Facebook. I do have a few YouTube friends on my Facebook, to be sort of a very awesome place for me to escape and come find support from people that I don't see in my everyday life. So I just wanted to thank you all for that, giving me a place to come and go off on my crazy rants, and I will keep you updated. I don't think my surgery will be moved again. I think the final date is the 14th. So I appreciate all of your support, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.